welcome to my garage. I woke up the other morning and saw on the GX470 North Carolina group that there was a guy giving away a stock GX front bumper in white and the trailer hitch that if you watch the video of my buyer's guide, you can see mine is completely rusted out. So that's an OEM hitch. Mine is some U-Haul junk from 2006. So picked the stuff up, and the paint's in decent shape. I mean, it's not perfect, but I figured I'm going to throw a quick polish and ceramic coat on the bumper, so at least the GX would have one panel that looks halfway decent. Here's a quick before as I dive into this bumper. It's definitely not perfect, but compared to the one on there right now, this is basically brand new. Just a quick look at the condition before. You may see me put my grandpa earmuffs on as I begin polishing this thing. My polisher isn't super loud, but I have a headache, so let me live my life. Well, here is an after shot of the bumper. It looks pretty good. I literally did like a 20-minute job on it. It is not ever going to be perfect, but it looks much better than it did before, which it didn't look bad to begin with, but it looks much better than this thing, which is basically just trashed. There's no clear coat on it. I mean, you can see the difference in shine between the fender and the bumper. So, you may be wondering why I would drive 3 hours from home to go pick up a stock bumper, but when everybody's got sent home earlier last year, and everyone started cutting their own hair and making banana bread and eating toilet paper, I started cutting my bumpers. And I honestly don't like it. The idea is great. It looks cool online. But in person, it honestly looks incomplete. It looks unfinished. And it's not my thing. I don't like it. So I figured I'd take the risk because, old beater car. If I hate the bumper, then I hate the bumper. It's no big deal. But my whole plan with this thing is to put a hidden winch behind the stock bumper, and the chop just doesn't do it for me. So I am going to walk through the bumper chops because a lot of people have asked me how you do it, how it's done. So I'll walk through that while I'm doing everything else. All right, so for the bumper chop, it's pretty straightforward. You basically cut the bumper at a body line that already exists, which, since I have a stock bumper here, is this. So there's a body line here, and you can see it go all the way across. I did my best to follow it, but realistically, I'm just not a very steady hand, and to me, it looks like crap. It looks incomplete, it looks unfinished, and aside from that, I just don't like it. So, in theory, I guess the idea behind the bumper chop would be to improve approach angle, perhaps improve tire clearance if you trimmed it, over here like that. But I don't know. It was one of those internet things that I tried, and it's just not for me. So on this, you have to actually cut your crash bar because it sticks out further. As you can see, I chopped mine diagonally, and you can still see it below the bumper. And you have to cut the little styrofoam piece, and mine actually fell out on a trail one day and blew away. So thankfully, the guy that was giving away the bumper gave me the styrofoam piece as well. So to remove the bumper, you remove all these clips that no longer exist on this vehicle. And so there's 3 clips here, here, and there. It's going to be 10mm here. And there's gonna be a 10mm here on both sides and up in there. There's a second 10mm right inside the fender. And on most, they're not gonna have the fender liners tucked up like mine, and that'll pretty much get the bumper off on mine because it's been cut in half. But on a regular one, the only thing different would be your fender liners wouldn't be tucked up like that. They'll be mounted into these holes. And then there'll be 2 clips here where this little plastic guy would be. It's a really easy bumper to remove. And then obviously there's gonna be little tabs that come out, and she'll be coming right out. So that ended up being way harder than it should have been because I ended up having my fog lights, or I drilled the fender liners into the bottom of the plastic that comes out for the fog lights to mount to, and instead of taking the screws out, I just ripped it. But these watertight fog light connectors have been in a lot of water since the last time I've had this thing off, and they were like corroded together. So if you were doing a bumper chop, you'd have your stock bumper off, you'd relocate your fender liners, which I've already done, be it kind of crappy, it works. And once the fog light thing is screwed in, it is actually pretty tight. The stock bumper bar comes out to about here, maybe a little bit further. You have to chop it just so that you can hide it underneath the bumper, and then the styrofoam bit, the styrofoam piece goes like that, and you have to cut. I cut mine, there's like a little lip here, and I cut mine basically straight across like that, again to hide it below the bumper chop. But it just didn't, I didn't like it. And just like that, took a little break, took the kids on a bike ride, but the front bumper is now not hacked off. It's not the cleanest part on the GX, but hey, it looks pretty good. So the rear bumper chop is actually even simpler than the front. There's also a body line to follow, but again, I'm not a very steady hand, and I ended up messing it up a little bit. And then in the rear, you can see that it shows my crash bar, which I think is just kind of tacky. My whole idea was to have it basically stop right here, but I just got a little bit carried away with the cuts. But yeah, back here for the bumper cut, you don't have to do anything but cut. And there's a little, I think there's a little screw there where the mud flap used to be that you remove, and then I just cut right below the screw, so it's still there. And then as you can see, my trailer hitch is beginning to rust through, and then underneath, it's completely, basically rusted out on the bottom. Well, the new hitch doesn't tuck up any higher, but it is cleaner and not rusty. So the only thing I really use it for is a bike rack and occasionally a small utility trailer, but it'll do the job until I either get a regular stock full-length bumper or get a metal bumper with a built-in hitch.